infectious agent to have a place to sit inside your body. Hence, you are now not only removing the infection from your body, but you are also preventing infection. So you do not really need to vaccinate now, because you have cleansed your body from the mucus that is troubling that creates the infection. So once you have cleansed yourself, then you'll find that you will not be able to get sick. At least you will not get sick from anything that is coming from inside your body, from any infectious agent that seeks to build up in your body. Now, this is the information that you would require to make better decisions. But once you start, you focus less on the medication, which is the antibiotics, which is the vaccination, and you focus more on the cleansing the body. It then means that antibiotics are not going to be relevant. Vaccinations are not going to be relevant. Now, there's a large industry that is going to be affected, and people are going to be affected in their pockets. Now, the same people that are going to be affected are the same people that are giving us information on health and on our medical situation. Now, they're not going to give you information. Even if they knew, they would not give you information that will cause them not to be able to sell you anything, or that will affect them negatively. Because we're talking trillions, we're talking a whole lot of money on medication. Now you find that we are in this position because we are now being given information by people who have an interest in us buying certain medication, and as such, it may be that if they give us more information about this, about ourselves, about how to cleanse ourselves or how to get rid of infections, it will affect them negatively. Now, one thing then you must also realize is that those ukfuta nokapa nokupalaza, those are treatment protocols for traditional medicine. That is what traditional medicine seeks to do. It seeks to cleanse the body. It seeks to remove all excess mucus in the body. Not just excess mucus, also excess food that is in the body that is not that the body does not use anymore. So by cleansing your colon, you are cleansing yourself of certain toxicity that comes from the colon itself. So maufuta, when you steam, you are removing toxins from the body. Those are treatment protocols that we use in our traditional medicine. And you'll then realize that traditional medicine is working from a point of higher accuracy, from a higher point of information purity, except that we have not defined, our own traditional medicine does not define sickness in the same way as the Western medicine does. And we always look at medicine from a Western perspective to say, do you have gout? Do you have depression, for instance, which is described as impundulu in African culture, and is curable, by the way, in our culture, but it's not described in the same manner. So this is why now we find that we find ourselves in a corner that is actually not there. Because if we follow our own traditions, we follow our own methods, we'll be able to overcome, we'll be able to cleanse our bodies. And cleansing your body does not only give you health, it also increases your spirituality. Part of cleansing is also fasting. If you fast, you are able to increase your spirituality, your health as well also increases, because now you've changed your energy, your source of energy from food to energy. So I think it's important for us to realize that we need to go back to our roots. We need to start looking at our own health industry and describing it in a manner that will be accessible, in a manner that will be able to for people to use it to increase their health status. I mean, India has its own traditional hospitals. China has its own traditional hospitals, and they're able to, and they teach their own traditional ways of treating people and ways of dealing with people. We need to also start developing our own, because as much as we do not understand the science, or as much as we cannot explain the science from a Western point of view, there is a science to it. And up until now, we didn't understand the science. The science of removing mucus is also an old science, because we have people like Professor Eret, who have written a book on mucusless diet. We have guys like Kellogg, who were champions of autotoxicity, auto-intoxication or autotoxicity. It used to be a concept way back in the earlier days, in 1800s or so, and it was researched. It has its own articles as well that prove that it's a viable option. But we have not revisited that, because we're looking at one side of it, where our information is being channeled towards a particular area. I think that is what